How to invest to become a millionaire in 10 years. Well, I have a whole plan in 3 to 5 years to make you a millionaire. So 10 gives you a double up in a lot of time. The fastest millionaires I know are people who become just runaway entrepreneurs and make millions and millions of dollars and invest it very strategically. So if you're in a job, you have more of a, fixed balanced business and you're not making enough to put more money away. I'm not going to use the word can't. You can do anything you want. But a lot of you, what I find your mistakes being an entrepreneur is you put so much back into your own company, you don't put enough into the investments. The pattern of a millionaire, a fast millionaire, is to make and invest money. Not to make and spend, it's to make and invest. So let's get to it. First of all, how do you leverage good debt? How do you use your good credit, your good corporate credit to arbitrage good debt and use it for growth? Now, later in life, if you want to be debt-free and pay the whole thing off, that's a whole different strategy and numbers we could run together and run with some of our top team to make sure that makes sense, because having debt actually does work for you. Remember, debt is just the cost of money. There's good debt, there's bad debt. We love good debt. The second thing, what are effective investing strategies, especially if you're running a very active business? So we'll go through some of those choices and just what to do in this economy. And then last, why you absolutely must have corporate structure. I call it living corporate life. So first of all, how do you leverage good debt? So once I meet you, we're going to look at how do you make money, how do you keep it, how do you invest it, how are you using a team, right? We're going to look at the basics. We're going to look at all of the gap analysis from the Millionaire Maker book. So where are you? What have you been doing to yourself? And that starts with how are you making money? If you are a W-2 employee, or if you're listening from other parts of the world, that means you work for somebody else, an employer, and they're giving you a paycheck, whatever that's called. In America, that's called a W-2. That puts you in some of the highest tax categories. So what do you do if that's the only way you're making money? You've got to get a hustle, not a side hustle. A side hustle is just as much work as a hustle. I call a side hustle anything under 6 figures. A hustle is anything over 6 figures. You can do it in real estate, property management, construction. You can own a pest company. You can own a pressure washing company, a hauling company. You can own some franchises passively while you keep your job. There's a lot of things, but we've got to figure out how do you make more money so that active income then gets invested for passive income. Now, how do you use good debt and why would you want to use it? Let's just say you find a market and you want to buy a lot of, call it real estate, or some assets in those categories. If you have really good credit, first of all, that's you, your social security number, your number, and then you have, say, 3 companies. Now you have 4 sources of credit. You have 3 corporate credit and you. So now you're much more fundable. You're much more attractive to the financial institutes. So using good debt, and I've seen so many people do it. They'll get $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 of 0% financing. Might be for only 15 to 21 months, but 0% is free. Hard money lenders, because I'm one of them as well, is 15, 17% in points. So do you want to pay that much for money, or do you want to get 0% even though you're going into debt? See, there's an interesting psychology that a lot of you have and don't understand, is you are listening to, I don't want to go into debt, I don't want to go in debt, and you don't want to go in debt, which is 0% money potentially, if we can get you there. But you want to have other people's money, but that's 12, 15, 17%. So why would you want to pay somebody for their money versus you just go into debt? And I'm going to tell you the one reason why is because you don't trust yourself to run the project. You don't trust yourself to get a result. Because I'm willing to go into $1 million of debt. If I can make 12% on it, I'm printing $120,000 of new money. Yes, I'm $1 million of debt, but invested right. I mean, say it's at 15%. Now you're printing $150,000. We put that $150 to work and we go again. Then you go again and you go again. And that compounding power, use a compounding calculator. Go get a compounding calculator. You're going to be stunned at how quickly your money will double. You don't have to wait for 7 years to the rule of 72. You can start getting your money doubling in 3, 4, 5 years. So I'm going to give you actually in this video a whole book. I'm giving you the entire Millionaire Maker because I need you to read it and consume it, really understand the gap and really understand the sequencing. Then I want you to call our office, 775-588-9200, or text and say, I'd like a one-on-one appointment. Or you can go over to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request, ask for a one-on-one appointment, or start asking some questions about what you might have already done to yourself. But to put all your eggs in one basket just in a business. And I see so many people get into their 50s, 60s, 70s, and they put all their money back into one company, no diversification, which really means you probably didn't have a good tax strategy. And I want to just give you another number as far as becoming a millionaire and investing your money. If you just did what I call number 3, living corporate life, like truly living corporate life in its entirety, the way that I teach it, and you saved $10,000 to $15,000 a year in taxes, which is easy for all of you, the way we do your tax strategy, you're actually putting $1.1 million in your pocket versus paying the IRS in 20 years. So this is talking about how do you invest to become a millionaire in 10 years. I'm telling you, in 20, you can get it done by just the tax savings. Now, before I go there, how do you have an effective investing strategy? Well, you got to get around investors. There's so many of you. Like employees talk to employees, entrepreneurs talk to entrepreneurs, well, investors talk to investors. We share information, we share deals, we read deals together, we look at PPMs, we look at performance, and we make deals, creative deals. A lot of you just got to absolutely lean in and learn, which is why I'm going to give you the first 3 chapters of the Wealth Cycle book, which is how do you invest in the alternatives. And you can get them in audio, you can get them in ebook form, or you can call our office and order one, and I'll autograph it, and we'll get one shipped out to you. The last thing I want to talk about is this corporate structure, and it's absolutely imperative. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I want you here 5 days a week. Click that notification button, make sure this video pops in every day, and listen to it. So really get excited about the learning. I always say lean in and learn. Learn more about assets, learn about gas and oil, learn about cannabis, learn about storage, learn about RV parks. Make that an exciting part of your day versus wondering and worrying about the next Netflix or fantasy football for the weekend. This is critical. Your entire financial and business life depend on whether you have enough knowledge or not, and you have a good team. What we do here at the big table at Integrated Wealth is we actually put together the team for you, and it works well. Your corporate structure is vital because without corporate structure, you personally get maybe 13 to 30 deductions on a Schedule C, right? And this is all over the world. You don't want to be a sole proprietor, you want to be a corporate owner. And even if you have a job, you want your assets, real estate, gas and oil, whatever you have, storage, businesses, maybe you own another franchise. There's a lot of great franchises out right now. We have a great franchise expert on our team. So any of those assets are very viable for you to invest in, but you better know how to run the numbers, put the team together, put the systems together, and live corporate life. That company inside of the right kind of trusts, minimum of 2, could actually completely change your generational wealth and make you a millionaire in 3 to 5 instead of 10. So again, if you have any questions, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.